90s. Cracked the AOL code, text and turned gold. Now the stories unfold. From dial-up dreams to LinkedIn kings, he taught the world how to build through strings. It's the Max method, no guessing, just growth. 4 steps deep, he's coached them both. Top earners, big burners, trainers and pros. Max lit the fire, now everyone knows. Started with a spark, now the blueprint's live. Thousands trained and they multiply. From Facebook chats to LinkedIn leads, he plants the seeds, then watches them succeed. Mentor to coach is the guide for the great. Author, speaker, shaping fate. You don't just follow Max, you duplicate. That's how legends elevate. It's the Max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Call him the father, the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game. It's the Max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Call him the father, the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game. Max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Call him the father, the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Saturday morning broadcast. Let me just take a peek and see who's here. Joseph, I'll give you a call a little later, and we'll definitely have a session on Monday. So today is the 21st of June, which means you have essentially 9 days yet to close out the month. And we introduced, can all of you see the screen? I just want to make sure. That all of you can see the screen. All right. Now, what we've done is we've introduced some new tactics that are going to make it easier for all of you to talk to people. And at the end of the day, it's all about conversation. First and foremost, you should know who you're looking for. Who would be a great prospect for your business? And if you know who your best prospects are, they're easy to find. Now, LinkedIn has made some changes that are making the whole searching process a little extra complicated, but we understand why they're doing it. Your profile sets the stage for whatever you're trying to sell. Now, Dan originally was trying to build a network marketing business, and he hit it, and he was doing great. And then his sponsor died. Remember, for every story you hear, every success story you hear, there is a story behind the story. So you have to look at that story, and then you have to say to yourself, is it something I could do? Well, Dan was doing great. We had a profile. He was building a business, network marketing business, and then his sponsor died. So he said, Max, help me market and promote my cleaning business. So we came up with this profile. And this was very, very specific. He'd been cleaning houses and they used drones. Changed it up a little bit. And then he started reaching out to people that responded to his posts, started reaching out to people that were connected to apartment buildings. He connected with someone that was an engineer for Verizon Wireless. The conversation, and if I remember correctly, they made the connection because of a mutual, I don't remember whether they went to the same school. There was something that they had in common. So he's talking to the engineer. What do you do? I'm an engineer at Verizon. What do you do? I own a cleaning company that uses drones to clean structures, tall structures. Really? Do you ever clean? Yeah, can you clean cell phone towers? Says no, not yet, but we're cleaning water towers, we're cleaning hotels. We could certainly do cell phone towers. That one conversation led to a 3-year contract to clean cell phone towers. The people that you want to talk to are out there. This is what Stan had to say when he called in.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I've heard from a lot of students in the last 2 or 3 days. Last time we spoke, you had used the training that you got from me to expand your franchise business. And I think you said that, now they kind of brought you in, made you a partner.
Yeah, they have actually, Max. Through using your system, one of the things that happened for me is that I learned how to contact people on LinkedIn. And some of those contacts became so powerful that I was able to close a major account with Verizon Wireless that we signed a contract for $20 million. That is to clean cell phone towers. But since then, we've also made contacts with people that manage the municipal water towers and water treatment facilities. And in doing so, it has blown up my business. And it's like I said before, I never would have known how to contact people on LinkedIn. I never would have known to even use LinkedIn for that sort of thing if it hadn't been that I came across you through somebody when I was in networking, when I was in network marketing. And I know a lot of people use it for network marketing, but it can be for anything. Just learning how to contact people is the biggest thing. It has been so powerful. It's just unbelievable that last year I was struggling financially. And then by the end of the year and this year, I will make over $2 million. It's unbelievable. It's like unbelievable. It's actually one of those things that was like, it's like one of those things I wasn't sure I believed it until it happened.
And folks, it will happen to you. Let me pop over here. And let's see, Joseph, you're raising your hand.
Good morning, Max.
Yeah.
I tuned in a little bit late. I was just wondering if we can do that coaching call on Monday at some time, or if you can get back to me.
No, I'll give you a call right afterwards. We'll definitely do it Monday. If I don't have a session at 11 o'clock, it'll probably be Monday. Let's shoot for 3 o'clock.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
And okay, so, all right, now let me come down and let's go over. And what I want all of you to see, this is a process. I'm going to log out of my account. I'm going to log out of my LinkedIn account. And let's look at we'll jump into Linda's account. Hannah, I see you're here. I want to give you a call later and set up our first coaching session. So Linda, I unmuted you. Now, the process is going to be the same for all of you. And once your profile is set up, now Linda is just getting started. So every day, she's checking to see who's new. Every day. And you can see in the last 24 hours, she's had a number of new connections. Every day, you're going to get new connections. So this is in the last 24 hours. Yesterday, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 2 days ago, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Every day, you're making new connections. Starts the process. 3 days ago, every day, we're making connections with people that we believe are prospects. Then we end up over here where the fun begins. So we can see here, this was somebody that she just connected with. This is the first message. This person's got the second message. So you can see where you are in place. And as you begin talking to people and you determine, wow, this person is really a great prospect, you're going to highlight them. You're going to put a star. So every day, you're going to be following up with people. Every day, you're going to be moving the conversation forward. And every day, you're going to designate a new prospect that you believe has the potential to join your business and be successful. And it's a numbers game. Every day you're going to be doing the same thing. And every day the cream is going to rise to the top. And you're going to get to a point where, you know, you're showing your business to 3 or 4 people every day. You've seen these success stories come in. Somebody writes in, I signed up 4 people last week. Well, that doesn't mean they just reached out to 4 people and signed them up the first 24 hours. You're planting seeds. So Linda, how are we doing? Do you have anybody you want me to look at?
We could probably go back to the same person that I always ask you about
Which
because
one
I
is
haven't
that?
heard from him.
Which
All
one
right,
is-
hold on. I don't have any notes here, and I'd have to go hunting for him. He's down there somewhere.
Oh, here, let me just go to the stars.
Okay, there you go.
Michael Kirby.
No,
No?
no. Oh, he is one, but hold on. Brian Doty. That was the one that always I get to a spot and I'm like, okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So again, I mean, and there's a lesson here to be learned for all of you. All right. So let's look at Michael Kirby first. Okay. So Michael, the first thing you want to do, okay, so he's a dynamic operations leader. Says he's open to work. Open to work means he's either doing something and he's looking for business, or he's open to work. 20 years of providing success and driving performance. He does more. Okay? So we're going to come down here. So he's a production manager. Led a team of salaried employees. All right? Now, the question is, so he just started this in January. So let's see where the conversation went. Okay, so here's somebody that he got laid off. He's been on 5 interviews. Okay, now this was in June. Now here's the thing you want to keep in the back of your mind. People move at their own rate of speed. Okay, so when did he get? Why do you have the, you know, our project was pushed back. We're going to be reductions in labor. When are you going to be laid off? Monday. Okay, so now he's out of work. He has hopefully unemployment coming in, but now he's on the search. So with your previous experience, there are a lot of things that you could be doing, and we wish them luck. And he's looking for manufacturing, but he's not getting any callbacks. It's starting to break him down. So to build that relationship, you want to keep him motivated. You want to let him know, hey, you're a good friend. So he's had 5. So every once in a while, so many people get laid off, are able to generate a side income. What do you know about network marketing? I don't know. So now you've done, it's textbook. You've explained to him what network marketing is. He said, well, you'd like to know more about my company, and he didn't say anything. Okay? Because again, he's got his hopes up. And then we, forgot to tell you, you don't have to do chase after your friends. So now he's basically got Now he comes back and he says, are you hiring for a position? So it's not, you can start a business. Okay. So now he knows what you do. Okay. So now you want to stay in touch with him. And the best way to do it is to share posts. Now, LinkedIn made a major change 3 weeks ago that you're all going to love. And that is, instead of uploading a GIF, a moving image, now you can copy it, you can paste it, and you can, without having to upload it. So now what we want to do, you send them this. Now let's send them something else. So we're going to go over to a website. Now, one way to do it, motivational quotes. And we could do it on anything. The motivational quote is about money. And we're going to put GIF. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to build a library. Now, remember, we're not going to copy them from your search result. You're going to find something that you like. And you got some related searches. Mindset, money, motivation quotes. Let's look at those. But again, what's going to happen here is you're going to find websites. So here, the more you learn, the more you earn. So Warren Buffett has a lot of really good ones. So let's take this one. The more you learn, the more you earn. Copy that. Okay. Just pop that in there. All right. The more you learn, the more you earn. It's relevant because we're talking about him learning something new. Now, we could also go all author. Quotes by author. '72 by Warren Buffett. So let's click on this one. Most important thing to do is if you find yourself in a hole, so stop digging. Your prospect's perception of who you are is enhanced by the things that you post. Okay. Now, the beautiful thing is instead of saving it on your computer now, right click, just copy the image. The more you learn, to tell you the truth, I really like this one. Let's go back down here. So we asked him a question. This was pasted. So you could go down. Okay. Pop it in there. Okay. So all we're doing you know that Jimmy Smith is 95? Yeah. Man's got a memory like you can't believe. It's a good friend. So you sent this on Thursday.
None of us three people know anything about network marketing, and I don't know what they've discovered on the side because I'm still trying to figure that out.
I don't understand what you mean.
Oh, the three you've been working with,
Mhm.
they all were admitted they knew nothing about network marketing when we started the conversation.
Mhm. Okay. Well, here's what you want to do. You'd be amazed at how many people that tell you they don't know anything about network marketing really do know something. But let's just take them at their word. So when you talk to somebody that doesn't know anything about network marketing, you become an ambassador for the network marketing business model. But the best way to build these relationships is to stop talking about network marketing. Okay? And let's talk about life. Because the power of network marketing has always been the contribution being in network marketing can do for the quality of your life. Example, you're talking to a woman that's struggling. Okay, she's been out of work for 5 months, 6 months. Sharing a Helen Keller quote like, women are like tea bags. You never know how strong they are until you put them in hot water. Or you find a Mark Twain quote, politicians and diapers are the same, and they should both be changed often for the same reasons. You put stuff up there that people would enjoy. So it almost doesn't matter what you do, because you never know. You never know what's going on in a person's mind. Okay, now this is a new week. What is the hardest part of all this for you?
She's with Rite Aid.
Okay. So here, what you want to do, talking to a few companies. Thank you for your uplifting words. So in her case, regional retail leader. She's the leader. So what you want to do is you want to share with her mindset, motivation quotes about leadership. Okay? Great leaders don't set out to be a leader, they set out to make a difference. So this is the kind of message. Now, I like this. We could copy it. And you've got, let's go up here and add GIF. So now we're going back over here. See, you're asking a question that's not easy for someone to answer. What's the hardest part of all this? So what you want to do is you want to share things with her that will reinforce the things that she's done. Provide her with something that she could actually share with the people she's connected to.
Hey, Max. There's no volume, just to let you know.
Max, are you talking?
I figured it out. I had my mic off. Thanks. Okay, so yeah, so here's the thing. He's since 2013, it's 10 years, it's 12 years. This is what he knows. This is what he knows. And so the strategy would be, and we have an example of it. Maybe Gary, this is the time to stop making all these other companies rich. Because you have the skills, you have the experience to help other people build their own business and be successful. And the way you are going to continue to stay in their face. Why did they leave? What prompted them to get started in this? What do they like about their job? What are the things that they like? And what you do is you fortify the relationship by posting things. And so what you do is let's get away from posting things, continually coming back and focusing on the fact that you're at a job, keep up, you say it once, then you start posting other things. So you stay in front of them. Then when and they may like something, they may appreciate it. So you give them, especially if they've just lost their job, give them a couple of weeks because they're out looking. They're trying to go on interviews. Let a couple of weeks go by. You can reach back out to them. Say, how's your search going? How are things going? Been on any interesting interviews? What kind of jobs are you searching for? So you're not the person that they're connected to that is just pushing, pushing, pushing. You told them about network marketing. You gave them the details. They didn't answer you. It's okay. They have that information. Continue to put things out there to support them about leadership, about persistence, about life. And if you can't think of something, then go over and check out some of these different categories. It's got 3 quotes about life. You only have to do a few things right. So what you do, you look at the different categories. Find something that you like. More important, there's advice. So, I mean, look at this. Wall Street is the only place that people ride to in a Rolls Royce to get advice from those who take the subway. Little things like that. Build relationships. So you find things that work for you. But you got a whole bunch quotes by other authors. Albert Einstein is a phenomenal source of quotes. Show me a man who has never made a mistake, and I'll show you one who has never tried anything. Another one, women always worry about the things that men forget. Men always worry about the things women remember. Everybody's a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it's stupid. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. So understand that posting something like this, blind belief in authority, is the greatest enemy of truth. So understand that if, let's say, once a week or twice a month, you posted a quote, Albert Einstein, two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe. Curiosity is more important than knowledge. You're quoting Einstein. Life is like riding a bicycle. This stuff is priceless. And putting it out there, again, not, stepping away from the fact that they're looking for a job, stepping away from the fact that they're unemployed. Person who never made a mistake, never tried anything new. The only source of knowledge is experience. That's a great quote when somebody tells you they lost their job. Or experience is what you get when you didn't get what you wanted. Once you've gone through the process, okay, you've made the connection. You're connected to these people. You know what their circumstances are. All you have to do is just stay in touch. If you're really a hot prospect, every day you send them something. Every day. You should have a list. Okay? Now, if you have a list, then let's come down and let's look at what we just posted. All right. Now, what you can do is come down here. So these are the people that you were just in touch with. You don't have to look up and review the conversation. Do 10 at a time. Now, here's what happens. You send it to people, and you send it separately. So each person is going to get their own. But we want to get people to open up and talk to you. And we want to ask questions So when do you expect to be out of a job? He didn't answer. Okay, now, the only safe ship in a storm is leadership. Um, I don't think that's the best quote. Okay,
Okay.
I mean, think about it. You're talking to somebody that is out of work. So one of the things, and again, this is all about personal development for you, personal development for everybody on your team. So when we start posting things, we want to tap into a pool of knowledge, information that would be relevant to someone that is in leadership, that likes his job. So here he's about to lose his job. So say you're the safe harbor for a lot of people. I don't understand that. How is he the safe harbor?
I have been impressed with how these leaders take care of everyone that works for them.
Okay.
And they consider themselves, a lot of them have said, I'm not looking for anything till every one of my people has found a place. It's amazing, actually.
Mhm. Okay. So it's okay. Let's just
That
take,
was my interpretation.
okay. So let's take that answer for a minute. I'm not leaving until all of my people find a place. I would applaud. I'd send clapping hands. That's one option. That's one option. You're going to wait for everybody to find a place. Here's another option. What if you could find something that everybody could benefit from? Why not jump into something that you could bring all those people with you? It's another option. And then it comes down to how do you express it? Okay. So, for example, many people today that I work with that have lost their jobs are jumping into a different business model where they could continue to do all the things that they like to do and bring all of their friends and leaders with them. Help everybody succeed and generate even more income than they were making it. And would they be interested in learning what they're doing? So it's just a matter of coming up with the various options. Now, you're learning how to find people. You're learning how to make connections. Now, the next step in this is to post better, post things that people will resonate with. And then the goal is to help them help their people. That's why you always want to ask the question. So what did you really like about your job when you were in retail management? And a person that comes back and says, oh, I like the merchandising part. I like setting up the displays. I like scheduling. And when people give you that line, again, to qualify them, you come back and you say, most of the leaders, that I've met on LinkedIn enjoyed training, enjoyed helping people improve. How do you feel about that? How much of that did you enjoy? Because those are the people that you're looking for. And every time they answer a question for you, they're thinking. See, the whole idea is to get them thinking their circumstances in the way that you want them to think. And it's subtle, but it's unbelievably effective. So what this is going to do, the more of this you do, you're going to fall into a routine. You know, we all know what we know. We don't know what we don't know, which is the reason all of you are here. Once you get a grasp of the vast amounts of information that you could post, that you could share, and by sharing this information, your stock rises with all these people. These people think you're smart. They admire you. Remember, you have the solution for all of these people. And so when you start posting things, quotes from Margaret Mead, you start posting things from famous authors, politicians, you start quoting Benjamin Franklin, you start quoting Thomas Jefferson, you start quoting Mark Twain. Not only do people appreciate the content of the post, but they're going, wow, that Linda is really smart. I really enjoy the things that they share. And you'll start getting thank yous. I really enjoyed this one. And then every once in a while, how's the job search going? Even when someone tells you they found a job, but they're really sharp. 3 or 4 weeks later, you know, how's everything going at the new job? Was it everything that you expected? Are you happy? Every once in a while, boy, you know, because you ask them a question, they're going to come back and they're going to ask you the same questions. How are things with you?
I have been sending congratulations because they'll let me know they found a job, and then they thank me for the congratulations. So I didn't know how to follow up. So thank you.
Okay, right. But see now when you congratulate them on the job, even when you congratulate someone on the job, say, hey, congratulations on your new job. What are you going to be doing? What's your job? What's your new job going to be like? You know, at least, or what do you like about the new job? You're trying to maintain communication.
Okay, so I can send an image and ask one of those questions
Absolutely.
next time. Okay.
Absolutely. Again, this is part of the relationship building process. And I remember I signed up 20 people in a business between Christmas Day and New Year's Eve, 5 a day, 4 days in a row. And when I went back and looked at who these people were, 14 of those people were people that I'd been chatting with 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 8 months. Only 6 of them were people that I connected with in December. So, that's why, remember, you could go back, you could reconnect with somebody that you connected with 12 years ago. Never said anything to them, but, somehow you got connected. So you restart the conversation. You send them a GIF, a moving image, something that's meaningful, along with, it's nice, I just started sending these out to friends on here. We haven't talked for years, but I'm certainly glad we're connected. And then ask the question, so what's new? You want to get the conversation, and you're going to develop specific posts, specific images that are going to resonate with the people that you're talking to. The people, remember, throughout this entire process, you want to revisit is this person really a prospect for your business? And so you may come back and you may decide, you know what? Let me go back over here to my messages. So Brian here, you know, Brian is kind of on the outside. When you look at all the things that he's done and not communicating all that well. Competition. This is you. Yes. So again, we're learning about these people. So what do? You plant a seed in the garden. You water the garden. You fertilize the garden. And that's what posting does. That's what you put fertilizer in the garden. And it only takes a minute. But people are going to drop off and new people are going to be added. And the more you do this, the better you're going to get. And what starts to happen, because you're just getting into this. Well, let me ask you, have you made connections with people that, based on what you know about them so far, what you read about them, really on a scale from 1 to 10, they're all 10s? Have you connected with anybody? Have you started a conversation with somebody where you could say to yourself, boy, I really enjoyed this? Has that happened to you yet?
There's actually one person that I've gone back and forth with that it's been more than normal, and it's like she's moving. I've sent two different images of moving, and then she sent me a picture of the stacks in her room. It's an interesting conversation back and forth. I've enjoyed that because she's been so receptive
Mhm.
and has we're having dialogue. I guess that's a good way of putting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to duplicate that. You want to be having conversations with people like that 5 or 10 times a day.
No, I've had conversations with people. Some of them are like, seriously having an issue because they're unemployed.
Okay, but understand, just because they're unemployed,
Hmm.
what do they do before? What?
Right.
Again, you're learning about people, and they're unemployed. There's there's millions of people that are unemployed. So, well, let me put this another way. Have you ever, and I think I already asked you this once, have you ever hired anybody for a job?
Yes.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. You know what you're looking for. The network marketing is a relationship business. So number one, you have to be able to communicate with them. They have to be able to communicate with you. And you have to enjoy the process. And so it's a numbers game in that way. You're going to recognize the people that when you ask a question, they open up and tell you things. And you could distinguish those people from the people that just give you a one or two word answer. You're trying to talk to people, it's like pulling teeth.
Right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so ideally, you're going to get to a point where we're filling up the pipeline with people that we really enjoy talking to. And the ones where it's just pulling teeth, they're going to kind of drop off because you don't have time. So, one of the most exciting parts of this whole process is that you never know who you're going to wake up on a Saturday morning and connect with somebody who's going to be your next best friend.
Right.
Okay. And it's the promise of that and the experience of talking to people like that that you can't get anyplace else. That's going to just make this whole thing, a pleasure. And that's why, after people have been doing it for a while and you're connecting with the right people and you're having conversations that are really moving you forward, but everything has to move you forward. So again, the more you do it, the more obvious it becomes. You'll decide to make a post to one person and you'll realize, you know what, this could be my post for the day. This could be my post for everybody that is out of work and is still struggling for work. Now we're going to come back at 1 o'clock and we're going to jump into this even more because this is where the rubber hits the road. So you're telling somebody about the solution for that, network marketing. You've shown it to them. You ask them if they want more information and they haven't responded. It's okay. Get back into conversation. Find out, it's all about them. Find out more about them. How is their job search going? What other jobs are they looking for? And then pepper the conversation with quotes about life, with quotes about happiness, with quotes about things that people would be interested in hearing about that has nothing to do with their current situation. And all of that together, person that was reluctant to tell you something 3 months ago, all of a sudden gets the same question again, and they answer. If they're not answering the questions, and remember, we want to ask them questions on topics that they're interested in, not what we're interested in. But the
Got it.
okay?
Yes.
It's all right. So we'll be back at in 45 minutes. We'll jump into some other accounts. And again, there are holidays coming up. 4th of July is right around the corner, and you don't necessarily have to wait until the 4th of July. The 4th of July, it's a holiday weekend. So, what are you planning? When is the 4th of July? Let me see. Okay, so the 4th of July is on a Friday. All right? It's almost like you get cheated. So you got the 4th of July. It's a 3-day weekend. For some people, it might make it people might take off the 3rd, the 4th. They might turn it into a 4-day weekend. So what are their plans? How are they planning on celebrating 4th of July? What are their plans? There's an easy way to restart a conversation with somebody. Talk to people about things that they like. Talk to people about things that they're interested in. And put stuff out there that will inspire people, that will demonstrate your brilliance, your education. And you'll get to a point where you're talking to 4 or 5 really great prospects every day. When one drops off, another one's going to fill that spot. And we're planting seeds. Just keep going. You don't have to chase people. 3 months from now, Brian is still hasn't found a job. Might be open to looking at something else.
Right.
But there's no shortage of people to talk to because there's 10,000 Brians.
Right.
Okay. And you got to allocate your time. The sooner you can feel, and the more you're exposed to this, the better you're going to get. So it's a process. And you're jumping into something that's not only going to be a game changer for you, but it's going to be a game changer for everybody that you bring into the business. Because you're going to be able to guide them and show them the simple things that they can do to be successful right away. And that's what it's all about. So like I said, I will be back. And whoops, now I guess it's 40 minutes. So until next time, best of luck in building your business.